course. Hello, welcome back to Workforce Wednesday. My name is Emily Petnato, and I am the Workforce Development Specialist at the Greater Scranton Chamber of Commerce and your host of Workforce Wednesday. If you're joining for the first time, Workforce Wednesday is brought to you by Skills in Scranton, the workforce development affiliate of the Chamber. Today, I have joining me Jill George and her team from the Dime Bank. Thank you guys for joining today and taking the time. Why don't we start by telling our viewers about the Dime Bank and where you're located?
Thanks, Emily. I'm Jill George. I'm the Chief Human Resources Officer here at the Dime Bank, and I appreciate your having us on today. I have a couple of team members with me because I thought it might be more interesting for your viewers to hear different perspectives about why the Dime Bank is such a great place to work. So I'm going to actually introduce and turn it over to Bill Boyle, and he can introduce himself and give you a little bit about the Dime Bank, background information. Here he is.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bill Boyle. I'm the Chief Lending Officer of the Dime Bank here. The Dime Bank, it was established in 1905, so of course we're 116 years old. We consider ourselves a very strong, independent, full-service community bank. We have $952 million in assets. We have currently we have 7 offices. But we're excited because we have 2 offices that were just approved, branch offices that were just approved by the FDIC and the State Department, Pennsylvania State Department of Banking. One is going to be also house our support center, and that will be at the Texas Palmyra Highway in Honesdale, Pennsylvania. The second one I'm very excited about because it's in Scranton, and I was born and raised and went to Scranton Central High School. So I'm personally very excited about that branch. That branch is going to be at the marketplace on Lackawanna Avenue at Steamtown. So we're very excited to add 2 more branches. Of course, the total of 9 branches after we get those 2 up and running.
Congrats on your 2 new locations.
Thank you. If you'd like me to, I could talk about the culture, culture of the bank.
And the services you provide, if you can talk about that too.
Well, of course, we provide all full service banking products, both on the deposit and lending side. We also, of course, have a wealth management division. So if there's an alternative banking needs besides our regular deposit customers, we could accommodate them. We pride ourselves at being we'd like to call it the ultimate, provide the ultimate customer experience and banking experience. We're trying to, of course, remain a very good corporate citizen, because we're very active in nonprofits and all of the communities and all the events that are in the community. We actually provide volunteer time off to our employees for any time and efforts that they put into the actual nonprofit events. So that's very, very important to us. Like in this COVID situation time, we of course try to provide a safe environment, work environment, for all of our employees.
To go back to that, you provide time for employees to go out and volunteer in the community, right?
Yes, we do, and they'll just fill out a form, and we have a committee, and we'll approve their time off. A volunteer time off. So that's during the work day and also on weekends and evenings. So we do pride ourselves on being active in the community. It's very important for us to be active with all the profits, and we are of course involved in the Scranton Chamber right now, and of course we'll enhance that membership and activity as we move into Lackawanna County and Scranton.
Yes, we're very excited to have you as our neighbors soon.
Great.
With your new branches opening up, will you have more positions available?
Yes, we'll have a number of positions available. We're going into the universal banking personnel, so there'll be full service. One individual will be able to fully service the customer needs themselves. We'll have management and universal banking positions available.
Can you explain what universal banking means?
Yeah, well, it'd probably be best to turn it over to Jill. She could explain probably on the HR side, the
Sure.
universal banking positions themselves. And if I missed any other positions, Jill could explain any ones that I missed.
Thank you.
Hi, Emily.
Hi.
Did you hit everything, Bill, that you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. And I love your question, Emily, but if we could just put a pin in that one for just a minute about the universal banker. It is really exciting, and I do want to tell you about it, but I was hoping that I could also introduce another team member. His name is Mick Dennis, and he's relatively new to the bank, and I thought he could bring a different perspective about what he thinks about our culture and our mission and what it is that we do here that makes us unique. So I'm going to turn it to Mick. Okay.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. My name is Maurice Dennis, also known as Mick. I am a commercial lender stationed here in Lake Region, next to Lake Wallenpaupack. I also have ties to Lackawanna County, which is one of the reasons I'm here today to talk about some of the opportunities that we have coming online, and also to explain a little bit about our culture and what makes us unique. One of the things that really attracted me here was the culture of the bank, and knowing a little bit about it from people on the inside was very important to me, and it really drove me home, I want to call it. So some of the things that I really appreciate about the bank's culture is that it is a positive environment that we work in, and it's very connected. We actually call it our Dime Bank family, and immediately upon coming to the bank, I felt welcome, and it was a very nice feeling to have that, given the fact that I have worked at many other institutions, and it's not always the same feeling. So for that, it was very important to me to have that family feel to it, because it makes work honestly a lot better, more fun.
It does.
When we come in the morning, we have a coffee. There's not a lot of pressure. We work with a level of autonomy, and there's not a lot of micromanagers, if any, in our institution, which is very important to me because I work independently, and I need that sort of flexibility to do my job. And with that, I can truly appreciate that. Another thing that
As someone
truly,
who just started, let me just ask, what's one thing that an employer could do to make someone feel that level of comfortability?
well, one thing that we do here is we have a lot of group meetings, even like we have a birthday club, or we take turns bringing in things, to share with others. We have holiday parties. A lot of banks don't do that anymore. In fact, we just had one over the weekend, and that brings everyone together under one roof, and you really get a true sense of who's who, rather than speaking on the phone with someone and not, necessarily knowing who's in the institution at what time. So, that is some of the things that we do here. Also, senior management and the board of directors are very generous to their employees, and with gifts or what have you. And just, when I see them in the hall, I never feel like someone, is looking down at you, or I always feel, some of the board of directors, you wouldn't even know that they're board of directors, because it's not, you don't get that feel or sense from them, including our senior officers. So I can truly appreciate that. Some of the other things is, we're very transparent. I can say from my own experiences that I can walk into any office here, any senior officer, board of directors, or what have you, sit down and just say, hey, I'm having a bad day. And you know what? They'll say, what's going on? It's an open door policy. And that honestly, I think sets us apart from, other employers, truly. And that's pretty much, the bulk of what I have to say about the culture. That was really my main, focus on here. Now, obviously, very competitive pay, and truly, our senior managers care about the people that work here. more than just the bottom line. I mean, let's face it, we are a bank, we are for profit. However, they recognize that without your employees, you can't have profit, right? I mean, so that comes first, and that's, for me, number one.
A good environment makes all the difference.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, Mick. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
You.
Okay, so I just have one more person, Emily, that
Okay.
there's a gentleman that joined our bank less than a year ago. He's about 11 months in, something like that. So he has a really great perspective on being somewhat new to the organization. And I thought I would share the screen with him also. His name is Brian Urbis, and I'll have him introduce himself and tell you about his experience here at the Dime Bank as an employee.
Awesome.
Hello,
Hi,
how are
Brian.
you?
Good. How are
Thank
you?
you. Good. My name, like she said, my name is Brian Urbis. I have been commercial lender with the Dime Bank. I've been in the banking industry for 23 years. Previously in a large organization where I was fortunate I had the opportunity to come to the Dime Bank in February. So I'm still the new guy on the block. But the part that I tell this to senior management, some of the board members I have relationships with. I said, when I came here, I remember saying, is the Dime Bank going to be big enough for what maybe some of my customers need? Will I get the support of the loan committee, the management? And to say pleasantly surprised is an understatement. I mean, this bank, we're a small bank, but could act like the big bank, but we have the personal touch. And I think that's what sets us apart from that larger guy, or maybe even the smaller guys like us. But to say when I came here and you're talking to your president and CEO and your chief lender, you say, hey, I have a meeting with my customers. Can you guys make that meeting? And it's never, no, I can't make it. Sorry. It's more like, oh, geez, I have another appointment. Could we make it an hour later? Could we do this? And I think that's key because you don't have that in a lot of places. And the best part is with our approval authority. And I think it's key to bring these guys into the meeting. You do see that actual personal touch. And I've had a couple different people I've dealt with in the past that like, wow, these guys are the real deal. And that makes me feel good to come to work every day. To say you're fortunate is, like I said, and my wife always laughs because she'll say, you really love this place. Tell me. I said, yes, I do. And that's not fake. People say that every day. Oh, you can't be really loved. I said, I love what I do. But I think it's key, the environment. Like you met Jill, you met Bill, you met Mick. These are people you work with every day. You didn't meet Pete. Pete's our CEO. I mean, he's just salty earth guy. He has connections. He's just a great person. And when you can go talk to that CEO or all branch employees or credit or whatever, that's a key thing. And you see, you talk about the big bank versus small bank. Besides that personal touch, when you come here, you look at it, say, oh, well, they can't compete with, like, I think you have to make about salaries. And, that's not true. They are just as competitive, if not more competitive, more generous than you do see in the larger institutions. And I would think even smaller institutions. And to say that it's all about that, it's about the atmosphere that we have. Again, I think Mick even mentioned we had a holiday party. That stuff means a lot, and to get together in one room, it's a big, to me, that stuff's important. It's very family oriented bank here. So people that come in here, I'm actually at the Comfortability location, which, as we're moving to the Scranton, area. So it's nice to get this FaceTime with everybody, like with the bank, to see that, hey, we are the real deal, and the Dime Bank is here for a long time. Again, back to, I say about the people, but also the products. I think that's key. And I don't think they realize that we can do that. And again, we have great support. And I know Jill probably mentioned, we have a lot of openings out there. And I think, I always tell them, I said, let me sit on the interviews. I'll sell them to Dime Bank because I am the new guy, and it's a great place to be. So I think that's.
Okay. Very nice of you to say. I really appreciate
Thank you,
that. You did a
Brian.
great job.
Thank you.
My #1 salesperson for positions. Thank you, Bill and Mick and Brian. You don't have to stay. If you want to, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm sure you guys are busy. I'll continue on with Emily. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so what would you like to talk about with me? They covered a lot of ground with our new branch.
They did.
Our new
Thank you for bringing
branches.
them in.
Yeah.
Just want to cover what positions you have available, and even
definitely.
But like, in depth, what they entail, their wage, benefits.
Sure, sure. We are currently hiring for 2 career paths. One is the universal banker, which is a little bit different than some other banks. Traditional banking model had tellers that handled transactions. Mostly they had positions that were customer service, where you may open a new deposit account. And then they also had lenders. But we are trying to take a new, more contemporary approach. And we have a universal banker position, excuse me, that has a career path through Universal Banker 1 to 2 to 3, where you'll learn all of those competencies about doing transactions, new deposit accounts, as well as loans. And it gives you a complete loan start to finish, transaction to lending, gives you your whole career path so that you can we have a saying that we say, the more you learn, the more you earn. And it goes up through the wage structure. We have been trying really hard to raise the lower level of what it is that we actually hire, entry level. We've raised that to when I started a lot of years ago, it was somewhere in the $8 and $9 and $10 an hour range. And now we're trying to get at least to like that $14 and $15 to get people started. The universal banker, we have positions in almost all of our offices. As they said, we have 7 locations. We have Honesdale, the town of Hawley. We're up north near the New York State border in Damascus, and down as far as Greentown and Dingman's Ferry. But now we're fully, we're full steam ahead, trying to get ready and geared up and staffed to do the new marketplace at Steamtown. With that branch, we'll definitely need as many experienced bankers as we can find. But it's important to note that people don't have to have experience to apply. And I think that's sort of a misnomer in banking. People think that they have to be an accountant or a finance major in college. And really, it's almost the exact opposite. People who come to our bank, for the majority, have high school and maybe some college, but not maybe graduated from college. But we do on-the-job training, and we do a lot of training all the time. It's constantly training. There's compliance training that's mandatory, but we also do things like, for our next level of leaders and supervisors, we do outside. We work with Penn State, actually, their Scranton campus. We conduct training on site with Penn State. We do send our emerging leaders, we call them, to other programs that are in the local area. And we offer a lot of opportunity for advancement in that regard. So we have universal bankers that you can apply for in almost all the locations. Certainly for Steamtown, we're accepting applications right now. The best way for someone to actually apply is to go to our website. www.thedimebank.com, and look for career opportunities. There's several places on our homepage that you can click and get to the career opportunities page. And from there, you can select what jobs you feel that you would like to apply. And from there, what happens as far as the interviewing process is that you would get a phone screen, most likely, if you have some credentials that we feel align with that position. We'll give you a telephone screening where we have someone call you from the Human Resource Department, and we usually narrow down the candidates to the top 2 or 3, and then we hold in-person interviews with whoever the supervisor would be for that position. We're trying to do these things as quickly as possible, because now we know, it's a time is of the essence when it comes to hiring. So we try to do it as quickly as possible. So if you're interested in Universal Banker, I definitely encourage everybody to go to our website. Other positions that we have is we have a new customer care center, which is a telephone-based support department that we have for all of our customers, whether they're internal customers or external. And we have positions for that as well. Right now, our mortgage department is looking for an underwriter, which is a higher level position. So anyone who has some underwriting or loan origination in their background could be a possible candidate for that mortgage underwriter. And that's, again, on our website. So go to www.thedimebank.com and look for career opportunities. So that's about the positions that we have right now.
So we heard from everybody else about company culture. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the positions?
Well, I gotta say, I've been here for 30 plus years. So obviously I have a little bit of a biased opinion about the Dime Bank. I think we're the best. I think we do the greatest. I know that we support our employees however we can. I didn't coach these guys when they were saying that we're a family. It truly is a family environment here. And so many of our employees come here and say that that's what they really love. They love knowing the people that they work with. And they know that I actually, in preparation for us talking today, I spoke with several people who are new to the bank within the past 6 months. And I asked them, I said, if I had this question and you were to answer it, what would you say is what makes this place unique, or what makes it a place that you want to come to work? And all of them said similar things to Mick and Brian, that it's a family environment. It's a close-knit group. We know one another, open door policy, that you feel like you're welcomed from the first day that you're here. And I know it's nerve-wracking to start a new job. It's tough when you're not sure what to expect. And so to come to an environment where you feel welcomed and you are offered training and career opportunity, it's really a great combination. And so I think that we've been honing that for years. And it's something that I'm really proud that we're able to say is a really good part about being a Dime Bank employee. I mean, other things that are great are the fact that we have those holiday parties. We have picnics in the summer so everybody can bring their kids and their dog, and we get to know the whole family unit. We definitely have volunteer time off. I think Bill hit on that a little bit. That was something we added several years ago because we found that people really love to give back. They want to be connected with their community. And as a community bank, we thought, well, what a better connection could that be than for us to allow our employees to be paid to not work, but go to their favorite, I don't know, if they like Habitat for Humanity, they can go swing a hammer, in an afternoon and help them build a house, or do a golf tournament or something that's fun to raise funds for another nonprofit. So the VTO, that volunteer time off, is a big benefit. And a lot of our employees really take advantage of that. They really like that.
I think more people would go out and volunteer if they had that opportunity too. So that's awesome.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes you just can't fit it in with your busy life. You
Right.
can't get it on a weekend. You can't do it in the evenings. So you have to do it when otherwise we would be open for business. So
Mhm.
allowing them to have that time to go and volunteer is a really great perk that I think people really like. And I think that that contributes to, all of the things that we've been saying, to the longevity of our staff. I think that I just did a survey of the longevity and the tenure of our staff, and we have about 150 employees. And of those, 20% have been here for 20 or more years. We have some people who have been here 30 and 40 years, and you're here because you feel connected and a contributor. You feel like it's someplace that you can, call your own, and your opinions are valued. I did another statistic is that half almost of our employees have been here for 10 or more years. I mean, that speaks volumes, I think, when, there's, what is it, the great resignation right now we're going through, where people are turning over. We have a lot of longevity because people appreciate all that we do. I didn't even touch on the benefits. I mean, besides a great pay structure, we're definitely, we only have $65 per pay for a Cadillac health insurance plan that only has a $500 deductible and $25 to go see a doctor. I mean, it's a great plan through the Blue Cross network. We have a 401k that's unrivaled. We have aligned and partnered with Fidelity Investments. And we were actually named by Plan Sponsor Magazine as the 2021 Plan Sponsor of the Year. So we were really honored, to get that accolade. And they, we were nominated. We were fortunate to be nominated, and they selected our plan above others of our similar size in the country. We were down to the final two, and it was our bank and a company out in Oregon, and that we actually were the selected one. So we were really honored to get that. But our 401k, I tried to take all the guesswork out of it. I tried to make it as easy as possible for people to take advantage, because I didn't want any procrastination to keep you from actually contributing to your 401k, because retirement readiness is really important for me to make sure that people are ready. And so we do auto enrollment as soon as administratively possible after the first month that you're here. So you can get in and start deferring. We match 100% of the first 3% of your contributions that you defer, and we give another 50% of the next 2%. So if you contribute 5%, we match it with 4 immediately. And then at year end, we give profit sharing contributions as well. So 401k is a great vehicle for you to actually set aside money and be able to be ready for your retirement. And then we have other things like life insurance at 2 times your annual salary that the bank pays the entire premium for you. We have short-term disability. If something should happen and you can't come to work, you don't have to worry about your financial situation. We'll have you covered. And then we have long-term disability as well. So we have a full package. A lot of people are looking for time off. You know, you come in and after your introductory period of your first 3 months, you are able to accrue for a total of 16 days per year, right from that first year that, you know, to have time off, which is an awesome feature. We had 10.5 holidays until 2022. We'll have 11.5 holidays because Juneteenth was added actually for next year. So we have 11.5 days plus, because Christmas and New Year's this year are on a Saturday, we're going to give all of our staff 2 floating holidays additionally next year. So everybody, in addition to their 16 days off that they'll be paid for, they'll also be paid for the 13.5 days. The half day comes on Good Friday. We close early at noon, and we get 13.5 holidays next year. So that's a lot of time off, and we give that to all of our employees. And it's something that we feel strongly that people have to have a good work-life balance, and that certainly helps for sure.
It does.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
Probably the thing that I'm hoping that you get the flavor of the Dime Bank is the fact that we're really anxious to have motivated, engaged people, join our team. We have quite a number of openings right now, probably 7 to 10 on any given day. And we're anxious to have more people come into, the website, look for those career opportunities, look for jobs that might interest you. And please don't be afraid to apply for them, even if you don't have banking or accounting or finance in your background. We definitely love tech savvy, high energy people who are looking for a fast-paced, really rewarding job. When you help somebody, a customer, and you can, we call it a pain or a gain. They either are trying to get a loan because their pain is that their car, needs repair, or, gain college savings for their, kids or something like that. When you help them with a pain or a gain, it's definitely so rewarding. You feel good about it when you go home. And we really love the fact that we're so involved in the community and help our customers in a lot of different ways. And we're just looking for more people to help come, satisfy those needs of our community and our customer. So we're hoping to get some people who are interested in our different positions. And I'd love to talk to anyone who would, like to reach out if you have questions. I have a team of 3 in human resource, and any one of us, I'm sure, could answer questions if you just called the Dime Bank at 253-1970. Other than that, I think we hit on a lot of what it is that we're about here at the bank. Is there any burning questions that you have at this point?
No, I
Emily?
appreciate all the information you gave me, and thank you for bringing in multiple perspectives. It was great hearing from them and from you, and I really appreciate the time today.
Great. Well, we appreciate the opportunity to talk to you about our bank because we're excited about our new offices and can't wait to see you at a future Chamber of Commerce event.
I can't wait.
All right.
Thank
you have a great
for
day.
joining us today. If you're interested in any of the positions the Dime Bank has available, please head to thedimebank.com. If you're interested in registering for another Workforce Wednesday session or would like to learn more about Workforce Wednesday, please contact me at epetnato@scrantonchamber.com or call 570-342-7711. To view more available positions at our member businesses, please visit our job board at thescrantonchamber.com. Thank you again, Jill, for joining me today, and thank you to our viewers for joining me. Please tune in next Wednesday at noon for Goodwill Industries. Thank you. Have a good rest of your
Thank
day.
you. Bye-bye.